Well, as you can see, the raised beds are just about empty. I'm just doing the final pull of the marigolds that were around the tomatoes. And as you can see, I missed a green tomato. So what we're doing now is winterizing. November is almost here. And when we get to November, we're going to have some cold nights. I've already selected the seeds from this, so now we'll throw it away. I probably won't put this in the compost because we won't want that many marigolds coming up. So and then we take it into the garage and put it in the garbage can. So we've got one more and this bed will be done. Now, I guess what we need to do is move into the sunroom. When we built the sunroom, we put in double pane windows, but we did not put in outside doors that would really stop the weather. So what we do is we insulate those door openings every fall so that the sunroom will stay a little warmer, because it doesn't really have, well, it's not connected into our central heat. We do have a little heater in there. So, Al, let's get to work. Yep. Oh, we also have to move chairs in from the patio.
We'll clear the patio off.
We need to do those first.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the way over, though, let's just check the borders.
Oh.
We both finished yesterday cleaning and trimming and chopping up the borders, taking all the plants there and turning them into future compost.
Now, there are a few plants that you don't want to chop down. This is a hellebore, and it's the only thing we try to cut out from it are the old growth, but all this nice new growth like this we'll leave in. Oops, we missed a sucker. We'll have to come back and get that.
Oh.
So that one's growing under one of our apple trees.
Well, let's head over to the patio and we'll get to work there. Now, what we've already done is we've rearranged the sunroom some because we want to take these chairs from the patio and move them inside because they don't do well covered up with blankets of snow through the winter. So we'll just drag these in here. Now, we'll probably leave the tables out. There's nothing going to hurt them from the snow, but the chairs will get moved in and we'll just use them in the sunroom. And I'll take that guy and push it on through and set it aside here and then grab the other chair. And then we'll move them around in here. And one thing we want to do before we come in is to move the wooden swinging bench.
Maybe you should set that one inside so we have room for the bench.
Yeah, I don't care. We can put both of these inside if it's all right with you.
Okay.
At the very least, we can sit them on top of each other for the moment.
Well, we can set them by the chair so we can put coffee on them when we have visitors. Sometimes when we have visitors in the winter on a sunny day, we all like to sit in the sunroom.
Okay, well, I'm just going to grab this guy and drag him over here.
As you can see, this is where the overhang is. Over here is where our awning is. So in the winter, we drag this guy over so he's under the overhang.
Okay. Now the weeder, we'll probably use that from time to time during the winter. We'll just leave that right there with the shovels. And we can head on in.
Well, here comes Al.
What we have here is a couple of, obviously, just foam, pieces of 4x8 foam that we cut to fill in the door. And we've got them marked. They've been installed before. And as you notice, we just cut out a little spot for the door retractor.
Do you want to lock that door, or is it locked?
It's not locked, but it is now.
Okay.
Okay, now we'll just put this right up here. Now, very honestly, that doesn't look very good. We have a fix, and thanks to Gretchen's hard work at the embroidery machine, we'll do that next. But let me get this one up in place first. Okay, now let me get a small step ladder here. And Gretchen built these two quilts, heavy duty quilts that reach from the top of the door to the floor. And I'll just hang this one, I see which one is which.
And to be honest, I had to have Al help me with the final quilting of them because they were so heavy and so big.
As you can see, that's some heavy duty stuff.
Let's take a look at this. Each one of these squares is embroidered and then pieced together.
Anyway, that does add a bunch of extra warmth, and it keeps this room pretty nice. Okay, I better move that ladder over just a little bit. There we go. Now we'll just pull that around behind that.
Oops, you pulled it over. Pull it to the left a little bit. It's on crooked now. No, the quilt. Pull the quilt to the left just a little bit.
Like this?
Yeah, that's better.
You got it pretty well cleaned up there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, you've already seen how one of those goes in. I'm just going to go ahead and put the other one in. You don't need to see two of them going in.
Well, we've got a little space here now where we can put these chairs in front of the doors.
Yeah, because we're not going to use the doors through the winter.
And make a little seating area.
Kind of a nice little sitting area, doesn't it?
Yeah. There we go. And well, we probably should turn our heater on and get a little warmth in here. Turn it down a bit. There we go.
All right.
That'll add to the electric bill.
Well, speaking of warmth, the pond needs some warmth, so
oh.
I'll install the pond heater so we don't have a frozen pond. We have a pond that the fish can survive in.
Let's do that next.
What I've done here is I've plugged a cable in here and then put it down under some rocks along the edge of the pond, and I'll show you what I have over on the other side here. Now what I have here is a tank heater from the ranch supply store, and I'll just put that out there in the middle of the pond. Set this rock on top of the handle to keep it there. Now what that does is keep the area where the pump is located right here, and it keeps that warm and circulates semi-warm water, and it keeps this end of the pond and the waterfall from freezing up. The other end of the pond will freeze, and I put the plug inside the can and set this rock on top to keep it from coming undone. There, with it setting in place, the can over the cord junction, the cord's laying out through there. We'll take that out in the spring, but for now, that will be, well, it won't freeze up this winter.
Take a look at some of the pond plants that are still in the pond. And these are all plants that we will winter in the pond. I will probably one of these days get down on my belly and try to cut some of the foliage out so it won't fall into the pond and rot. But I used to get in the pond, but yeah, I just really don't like to do that anymore.
Those days have come and gone.
So I just kind of do the best I can. And we have somebody come in the spring and clean it anyway, so the pond has been put to bed.
Well, that's it for this episode of Gretchen's Garden and Greenhouse, ready for winter. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.